crowd is still buzzing after this dramatically awesome photo of Liv Morgan dropped on social media over 24 hours ago. But yes, there was also that big press conference thing that everyone's also talking about. So we better talk about that, right? Because this was absolutely immense. When you consider, look at this, per Sean Ross Sapp, look at the numbers that this one kickoff show delivered WWE. This was nothing more than promos, yet it delivered everything people wanted and so much more. Well, the fallout from it tonight on SmackDown was there as Triple H would start the show with a united management team, and he would certainly take a few digs at The Rock. He would say some people in the back don't know their role. He made it official. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, although we were sure of that already. He would also hint at the fact The Rock doesn't have power in WWE. So this basically confirms, well, I don't think we're going to get a match between Triple H and The Rock, but I do think we're going to get some kind of massive power struggle between the two. Props to WWE as well for using the hashtag We Want Cody signs, because we know a lot of these signs were made by fans and predominantly children, and those kids right now got to be buzzing that they made a difference to help Cody Rhodes go to WrestleMania. We'd then find out from the mouth of Paul Heyman later on in the show that Roman Reigns will be on SmackDown next week, and The Rock. Now, this is going to be something that makes SmackDown next week even more unmissable. I can't wait, man. This is things you might have missed from WWE SmackDown. Make sure you hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. Bayley versus Io Sky for the WWE Women's Championship is locked in for WrestleMania. And this week, it was Bayley, and you could see how much this all meant to her. To finally have the fans behind her again, but it would be an emerging Dakota Kai who told Bayley that she's nearly cleared to compete, and last week she was meeting with her doctors who would plead innocence to Bayley and say she had nothing to do with Damage Control turning on her. She did bail on Bayley as the rest of Damage Control come out, emerging again with a chair, but she went for the other members of Damage Control and stood side by side with Bayley. I don't know, though. I kind of think she didn't hit anyone in Damage Control. She didn't hit Bayley either. But is she only friends with Bayley because they want to screw Bayley, potentially? Could Dakota still turn on her? I don't know, man. Wrestling gets you in loads of emotions. You just don't trust anyone or anything anymore, do you? See, Bayley even herself was skeptical of Dakota, making a point that Dakota was part of the conversations going on behind her back with Io, Kairi, and Asuka. So, I don't know, man. What do you think? Is Dakota with Bayley, or is she fooling her? Let me know in the comments down below. The newly united general manager team would announce that the World Heavyweight title #1 contender spot is what's on the line in the men's Elimination Chamber, competed in by these 12 men as they qualify for the chamber. Some names I expected to be there. With Lashley's inclusion, I thought Karrion Kross might be there too. Obviously not. Maybe with Dom, you could have had R-Truth, for example. But is there anyone that you think should have been in these qualification matches? Let me know in the comment section down below. It delivered good matches, though. Let's not lie. AJ Styles versus Drew was the first. Drew McIntyre would come out tonight, and he would take credit for convincing Cody Rhodes to go and finish his story. And then he said he was going to win the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania, and he was going to restore the pride of the championship and be a champion that is best for business. Pretty much exactly what he said also on his TikTok earlier today, so obviously check that out. There was some concern, though, that Drew McIntyre may have injured his knee during this match. He was holding it. I think it was just selling, though. I think he was okay. He was putting weight on it, and he wasn't seemingly limping or anything. He did, though, win the match and then point at the WrestleMania sign. Like, surely you got to win Elimination Chamber first. Maybe Drew just jinxed himself, maybe? Importantly, in this match, we also did continue a mini feud between AJ Styles and LA Knight. Now, I kind of thought LA Knight might challenge Logan Paul. LA Knight, though, was the reason why AJ Styles lost the match. He had it won, he distracted the ref. So obviously this feud continues. Do you think they could do a match at Chamber, or do you think this might go all the way to WrestleMania? B-Fab is officially part of Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits faction, as we found out Bobby Lashley will take on Bronson Reed on Monday Night Raw. Dirty Dom will go one-on-one with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens just cannot get away from Judgment Day, can he? Although, is it really Kevin Owens? R-Truth seemed to think it was The Miz. What was that, though? Did you hear the "We Want Truth" chants? Oh my God, WWE, you've created a megastar. We want truth. We want truth. I'll get behind it. Why not? We also got Logan Paul and The Miz also next week on Friday Night SmackDown. I like the fact Logan Paul's going to wrestle on TV in Utah. Poor Utah. And confirmation of next week's SmackDown having Shotzi versus Tiffany Stratton and Naomi versus Zelina Vega in Elimination Chamber qualification matches. The main event was Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn. Really solid main event. It was Randy Orton, though, who would defeat Sami Zayn. Randy Orton qualifies for the Elimination Chamber after an RKO out of nowhere. But where does this leave Sami Zayn? Sami Zayn's entire story has been trying to get a path to the world title. Now, every path is closed to him. What is next for Sami Zayn? Now he cannot go for a world title at WrestleMania. You know how Cody Rhodes says wrestling has more than one royal family? Well, tonight, WWE had a visit from the late Queen Elizabeth II herself, a member of a real royal family, visited WWE, and Pretty Deadly tonight in the form of a cloud. Wrestling is insane, isn't it? As Pretty Deadly are seemingly trying to refocus, and they say that now is their time, and they're about to show everyone what Pretty Deadly is all about. And to that, honestly, yes, boy, I like them. I think they're like Edge and Christian. I like it. Bianca Belair qualified tonight for the Women's Elimination Chamber. The winner of this will face Rhea Ripley or Nia Jax at WrestleMania. Obviously, this match was Bianca Belair versus Mishin. And honestly, I thought this was a great highlight match for Mishin. They really seemed to protect her a lot. Like, she hit her finishing move, the Eat Defeat. And it was a nice touch for Bianca to roll out of the ring and still be out. But obviously, if she was in the ring, maybe Mishin could have pinned Bianca, because I think this was a foregone conclusion that Bianca was going to qualify. But to protect Mishin in a little way like this, I thought was just a very cool thing for them to do. Bron Breakker was on SmackDown again this week, this time meeting with Triple H. And I thought this was really cool, because I'm sure Bron was around NXT in the Performance Center when Triple H was in charge there. So really cool to see. He was asking Triple H for advice when Paul Heyman would walk in. Lots of people obviously talking about this, because a lot of people theorize that Bron Breakker could be a future Paul Heyman guy. They'd put him in a segment together tonight. You never know. As part of the media event yesterday, WWE announced that WWE Speed is coming to X. They did this a few months ago, just completely randomly trialing it out, and it was basically a 5-minute match, and the winner got points or something. I don't know, man. I think this could be a very cool concept for WWE, especially to get some exposure to people currently not on the shows. It was the tag team dream match that I was super hyped for, and it delivered. I've got to admit, I didn't take many screenshots during this match, because this was must-watch TV for me. It was Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate picking up the win. I love the respect at the end. Honestly, match of the night, easily. Great match. Really sort of old school NXT vibes to this. Loved it. Important to note, this means that Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate will challenge Judgment Day Elimination Chamber for the tag team gold. There was a lot of setup tonight for Elimination Chamber. Obviously, the hype around last night was still there too. Very good show. 8 out of 10 from me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Turn on notifications. Never miss another upload. Like the video. Share the video. And I'll catch you next time. Peace!